What's up, everybody? Getting all settled in here. Let's see here. Let's refresh that. Let's get the music going. Okay, let's get situated. Yeah, refocused. There we go. That's better. The pen. Got my phone. Let's see here. All right. Thanks for the share, Miles. Funny man. Let's see here. How do I get the chat up for Behance? Does it go to dashboard? Maybe it's go to dashboard. How do I see the chat? I want to see the chat. Where is the chat? I need to find the Behance chat. Welcome. My name's Miles. This is Graffiti Gospel Channel, where we're dedicated to art, creativity. We play video games on Mondays. We draw and do devotional scripture stuff on Fridays. Thursday mornings is really just dedicated to like just logistics, like just hanging out, having fun. Yes, I want to buy followers. Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers on bigfollows.com. Man, there's nothing more fake than that. That's fantastic. Hey, do you want to appear like you're really awesome? Well, let's just throw you some robots. Anyways, so this morning is really cool because we have I have too many of me looking at me from watching stuff, so I'm going to have to do something about that. It's driving me nuts. I'm just trying to pull up that because the chat is different for Behance, and I think it's because I just need to do this, right? Yeah, where is, I think I see the chat. Yeah, right here. Is this it? Hello, everyone. We're gonna start drawing some owls. All right. God Ross. You're funny. God Ross. That's too steep of a title for me, man. That's just too steep. Here, we're gonna put this over here. Actually, because I don't need that screen real estate. There we go. There we go. iPad coming on. Let's do it. Okay, so let's get rid of the art. Let's show the iPad. Let me get it situated. It's Aaron Hansen. I love you. You tuned in. You speak to my heart. Yeah. Aaron just made my day. See, I thought of this the other day when I was driving. Someone's normal Joe Schmo day can be someone's most important day of their life, or the hardest day of their life, or someone did something really awesome and just made their day, like Aaron just did today. Thanks for hanging out with me, good friend. Don't you show black hearts when someone dies? That's so rude. That's so selfish of you, Aaron. Okay, so yeah, Thursdays is logistical mornings where I get to just kind of figure out what I want to do. It's very whimsical. There's really no schedule. So right now we're working on a commission piece for someone for Christmas. And we're going to start by looking at a composition, color palette, what kind of owl we want to draw, how we're going to lay it out. We're going to do all that right now. We've got some good time. Heartbreak? No, no heartbreaks. If you're on Behance, there's a chat going on. I'm multi-streaming to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Behance, because why not throw out your face on all platforms? Just splatter it everywhere. All right, so here we go. So you can see my screen. That's good. That's a good thing. All right, so we're gonna. I like the vertical look. That's just how I am. Oh, you're at work? Yes, you are in the van, delivering the important things to people's homes. Well, that's good. You can just have me just play in your ear. I'll say sweet nothings to you in your ear. Okay, so let's do this. I love the vertical compositions. My favorite in the history of the world. So I'm just gonna stick with it. We're gonna start with that. All right, pulling up our sketch here. I got my favorite brush that I use on Procreate, which is Gloaming. I dig this brush a lot. It's good for sketches. Let's see. I like to just pick a color. I really don't care at this point. It's just really sketching. I really like looking at Canva. I know it's probably really hokey, but Canva. I just search color palettes on the internets, and then Canva pops up and they have a color palette generator, and I just look and just kind of see what mood I'm in, what kind of moods I have. Digital Whispers with Miles Lando. Oh, ridiculous. Okay, so I can kind of show you over here. Like, see, you can just kind of do this, and you just kind of get a glimpse at what I'm looking at. I'm thinking just a barn owl. I don't know. She's supposed to be chiming in, maybe, if she's not busy. I let her know that I'm going to be going live, so she wanted to kind of chime in on some of the thoughts she's having. This is a commission piece, and it's going to end up being someone's present. How wonderful, right? Humbling. So yeah, I'm just looking. Let's see, explore more color combinations. Barn owl. I have some references set aside. I do know that. It's kind of fun to think of, like, instead of just drawing in the actual color that the animal is in, kind of challenging yourself to pick a color palette and then, like, restrain yourself in it, because then it forces you to be creative in that color palette, as opposed to, like, oh, this is the color of the owl. This is what I have to paint it in. This is what a tree really looks like. And it's like, well, no gift receipts. No gift receipts. No return extensions until January 16th. Yes, and this is Joe morning, because it's morning time. We sip cups of Joe. So if you want to sip cups of Joe with me, I'd be more than happy to do that with you. Nothing loud. You know, maybe go monochromatic. Maybe we just keep it super soft. Just go monochromatic. Oh, look at this. This is pretty. Birth spring. I mean, that's pretty challenging because there's not much contrast, so it's like not really much to work with. Oh yeah, so like I accidentally totally, yeah, okay, I promise you I'm gonna start drawing here in a minute. Again, this is super chill. Don't expect super intense entertainment. This is literally my time in my home quietly to draw. Thanks, Jennifer. I really appreciate the like. Please enjoy this nice Dumb and Dumber meme, because I love the movie. Let's see here. What color palette are we going to use? What is the mood this morning? I need something with a little variety. It's just fun to constrain. Ooh, I like this. Here at home. This is really cool. I might roll with this one. I think we're going to roll with this one right here. I can technically put these numbers in Procreate. It has been finicky lately, but I think we found our color palette to start with. It might change, because again, this is whimsical. We're being whimsical. I don't know why that was wigging out. Make sure to say hi in the chat. Share the video if you know that other people you know might enjoy this. Seeing the process of an artist do his thing. Like it, share it. Throw some hearts, like whatever. I don't really care. Just more interaction is more enjoyable for everybody. Okay, let's do this. Owls. Owls. Okay, so what I did before is I come up here and I go owls. I look at pictures of owls. References are your friend, always your friend. There was one in particular. Look at this guy. What is he doing? He's adorable. He's like, hey, get back here. Hey, food, it's breakfast time. Let's see here. This guy right here, I love this owl. He's so cool looking, right? I really, really, really want to try to draw this kind of owl. Oh, that's a good reference photo too. So I just steal stuff. I mean, I technically don't steal it, but I use it as a reference. So I'm not directly drawing from it, but it's as a guide because this animal has anatomy and I don't know how to draw it, but I have to observe and learn it. So I add them to my photos. I just paparazzi my photo album with a bunch of random stuff. So you see like family photos and then like 4 reference photos and then like family photos and then like 5 reference photos. So I'm just looking for more owls. That's a good one. That's a decent one. Add to photos. I've got it. I can also pop it up here so that I can always see them. We've got our color palette. We're getting our owls, and then we're going to start sketching. She requested that I pick a scripture to go with it. She really didn't give much guideline, and I immediately thought of consider the birds. Don't I clothe these lilies and I feed these birds? How much more would I do for you? I mean, that's a classic, and it speaks of hope, and it speaks of God caring for you and taking care of your everyday needs and trusting in Him. You know, an owl is wise. I think they go really well. I'm gonna run that by her, and she can just give me a thumbs up or a good old heart in the comments if she's watching, or if not, she can just text me and let me know. Let's see, where are the owl pictures? There. Now I have a bunch of owls up that I can look at when I feel like I want to. All right, let's do this. Okay, Behance people, I'm new to Behance. I am going to start. I am going to eventually start rolling out Behance project boards of artwork that I do that's themed. So like I have the one project board now. I threw up a couple artworks for people to be able to glance at. But eventually all the theme stuff, like if I have a bunch of owls, I'm going to put a bunch of owl project boards together. And then you can look at that project board because I love project boards on Behance. If you've never been to Behance.com, go to Behance.com, check out professional artists, professional graphic designers, illustrators, videographers. They throw up these really great boards that are really well designed and just take you through the whole process. It's really fun. It's really good to watch. So I'm going to scoot over so I'm not hidden, and then let's start drawing. Okay. Nope, that's not what I want to do. All right, so let's do this. Owls. I got Dan's keys. Sweet. Let's do this. So this it's a barn owl. That's the kind of owl it is. And I can also go in here. Sorry, I'm kind of a rebel. I don't use Fresco. I haven't used Fresco yet. Procreate cost me $10, and that's just what I've been using. Let's see here. So let's throw in one more picture. I like to just throw them on the canvas because it's easier for me to just glance at, and they're layered, and I can just turn them on and off when I please. Let's see here. This has been a new strategy that I've been doing with my artworks. I've been using clipping masks on here. So what I'll do is I'm going to set up my grid on my canvas, right? And then I'm going to take this tool as a rectangle, and let's turn off the owls because they're glancing at me, they're hooing at me. And then I'll just create, oh, wrong button. I'll just create like this little box, and it creates this really nice bleed for me to work in. I'm just going 2 squares all around, just like that. I fill it with a color, which we're just gonna go like a beige, right? Actually, yes, so just a beige, right? And it looks like Hey, Bob Ross once said, there are no such thing as mistakes, but happy accidents, people. Happy accidents. We work with the mistakes we make, and it just makes the artwork better. So now I'm using this as a border, and so every layer that I'm throwing on top, I'm going to clip mask in so that I can be as messy as I want, and it's just going to be right in that border, and it's going to look really good. So I'm going to click on this, and then in that layer, I can pick an option, and I'm going to click clipping mask. And now it indents it in on the layer. If you can see it on my screen, I believe you can see it just fine. And if you have any questions, by all means, I'm totally willing to answer questions. I am not a guru. I'm just an enthusiast. So I will answer the questions as best as I can. But I love helping. So if you have questions about how I do the process, by all means, shoot. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rolling. So clipping mask. Now I can doodle and I can just scribble everywhere, and it's still going to look tight. So now there it is. We're on our first layer. We're going to draw our owl. All right, these are a little too big. Here's my biggest irk with Procreate, and probably Fresco does this. It's a good quote for potty training. Yeah, well said. Good Aaron jokes here. That's awesome. For those who are on Behance, he said, that's a good quote for potty training. Yeah. My biggest irk with Procreate, which I hope that they can do at some point, is you cannot go outside your canvas. It drives me nuts. Like, it'd be great if I could just throw these pictures on this space out here, you know? So it's not like taking up my space. Because when I'm not near a computer and I need a reference, I have to pull it on my iPad. And maybe Fresco does that. And if it does, it's a good way to get me to want to hop on that train. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see here. Let's go dark color. Once I get the composition, I'll input all my color, the color palette we chose. Kind of go from there. Should this be a banner artwork? We need trees. Let's see. Do I want them looking back? Do I want them looking forward? I'm trying to think. I think we're going to have a couple owls flying in the distance. I really want to glorify the wings because they have intense wings. And the question is, like, I have never drawn an owl, so this will be really interesting. But the goal for sketching, if you're someone who's just wanting to watch because you wanted to learn, or if you're just watching because you're curious, is just be as sloppy as possible. Just rough it in, man. Just get it in there. See how it plays out. You'll probably sketch 4 different things before you actually land. Like this owl, I'm definitely probably not keeping. Cool thing about digital though is like I can shrink it. Boom. Shrunk. Now it's like it was too big, but now it's not anymore. And then I'm just trying to like check out his feet because you know, there's that owl over there. And you're looking for simple shapes, right? You're looking for like, okay, his dome is like this shape, right? Okay, and then he's got a little bit of a gut. And there's like this. And then there's like, you know, you're doing relational stuff. Like, okay, his nose to his beak is like this. So his leg's gonna come out to like here, right? This is him sitting on a stump. I don't know. We're gonna just fiddle with it here. What are the wings? How do the wings look? Birds are so hard to draw. It's not even funny. That's a good one too. I love that one. Fun colors, I tell ya. His eyes. So his nose kind of like peeks down. It's this shape. Perches. Let's get rid of this one. It's driving me nuts. Let's go like that. You know what'd be cool? Actually, if his head popped out of the frame a little bit. Kind of like just popping off there. That'd be kind of nice, actually. And then just... We're going to do stuff with... okay, so the trees that they perch in, do they have flowers? That is our question. The other thing is lilies are really popular in the Bible as well. Lilies are mentioned numerous times, including thistles. So we could just smorgasbord this whole thing together. Like, just come up with a cool composition. Oh, and that's my timer. There we go. And I'm back. That was just to make sure you were awake. So what we could do is we could do, okay, so she wants a scripture. So maybe we'll do a banner. Okay. We're going to throw in a banner. I love me some banners. Okay, and then we're just rolling with it, people. We're just rolling with it. Okay. It's a sloppy process. You know, like, it's really easy, like, even for me, to get sucked into the doopiness of fine-tuned, polished television and TV shows and movies. You don't see all the headache, stress, tears, blood that goes into making that perfect movie or that perfect artwork that you see in a gallery. Maybe the many drinks that person had to consume to get to that point. So you have to understand that, like, the more in terms you are with the mistakes you make in your artwork and being okay with it being sloppy. I see so many artists who want it to be perfect right off the bat, and it's not going to be. It's just not going to be. Be challenging in your approach to composition. Don't just be rigid. Be okay with doing new things. So like this tree branch, I'm gonna make it crooked. I'm gonna put it at an angle. You know, I'm gonna give the illusion like, hey, yeah, it is a straight tree sorta, but in this composition, we're zooming in at an angle because it's gonna create motion, right? And so we're doing this owl. I don't know. He might change position. I can also grab him. Hold on, like so. And we can really stretch it. Oh, do I have two layers going on? I do. I accidentally duplicated it for some weird reason. Did not intend to do that. So I could get him by myself and just kind of size him up in relation to the banner. We don't want the banner being bigger than the owl. We want the flowers to not be bigger than the owl. We want the flowers to be in proportion. So just kind of like roll with this. You know what'd be cool? Flower petals falling. That'd be sweet. I wonder, should we do a magnolia tree? I think we should do a magnolia tree. What do y'all think? You guys feeling the magnolia tree maybe? I'm feeling a magnolia tree. I should check to make sure my wife hasn't texted me. Because, you know, I am married to a wonderful woman who deals with all my crap, including all my endeavors like this one. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty cool. I'm kind of digging it. I like the idea of like, oh, well, that banner won't work though, because why would that work if I'm doing a tree? So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this banner differently, because we're doing our tree. You know, cool thing about magnolia trees is they're pretty all over the place. So, and they're more stumpy and they're more wide. So we're just gonna attempt here to pull this together, this tree branch. So I think we're gonna go thinner. We're actually gonna take our, we're gonna crop and resize. We're gonna come in more. This is just how I roll. This is just my style. So it's just one of those things where, did I crop it? Why didn't it work? Don't be rude. Cancel. Reset. I want to let me out of this. Thank you. Well, maybe I'll just do it on my own then. So we'll come here. We'll grab this. And we're just going to bring this in. But we're going to do freeform. Because I'm going to put the banner on the outside of the artwork. And have the owl live on the inside. So actually, and see, look, we got rid of that clipping mask. So this right here is not there. So once I clip it, watch, it's all gonna go away. Boom. I thought it'd be cool to have the owl higher and his head kind of perking out of the frame, so it has some depth. So maybe that's what we'll do. What do you think? So what I can do is I can take this. Let's go like this. We're gonna lift it up. And then I'll start sketching like this. So we're gonna have the owl's head. We're gonna have him looking to the right, like this way. like kind of down like that, because we want to direct the eye with flowers to the owl, and then we want the owl to look down at the words, so it kind of gives you this circular motion of to look. So let's get this banner in here. That's where we put the scripture title at. We can play with it a little bit more than that, I think. But this is where we'll live with that for now. Magnolias. I need magnolias. More magnolias. I'm giving her everything she's got, Captain. Let's see. Oh, man, I wish I had a magnolia tree in my house. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. I know I sound ridiculous, but I am an artist, so. That's a great reference. My goodness. Oh, yeah, we're going to live here for a little bit. All right, new layer. Clipping mask. But we have to keep that forehead up on top. We don't want to clip mask that. So again, we're still sketching. We're going to change the color because we want to differentiate the flowers. We'll go with this green color, whatever. This is the old color palette from my last artwork I did. So we're going to create this. Actually, no, we'll go pink. I think it'll pop better in trying to figure out this composition. You know, like people teach in school, like you need to have like 10 different like sketches, and you know, that's how you find the right one. And I respect that. I think that's good. My vibe has just always been, I'm just going to work on one canvas, and I'm just going to move stuff, erase stuff, take stuff, manipulate it. It's just going to get where I want it, and that's just how it is. Everyone's different, you know? Okay, so these magnolias kind of do like this shape, right? That one's going to pop off the canvas as well. Well, maybe we'll keep it tucked. I'm just trying to think of how I want. So like we get the petals to kind of flow. There we go. Yeah, different directions. Some in the background, kind of like they're falling. You know, like it's springtime and they've bloomed and they're starting to fall. I think that'll look really pretty. We should look into some pink color palettes to see if there's some really interesting color combinations we can do. Let's see, let's check in on Behance. How y'all doing over there, huh? Again, thank you for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it. Last Thursday went so well. So many people were so curious. It just made me want to stream on Thursdays more, because it's like, oh, people... And it's a different time slot, because I normally do 9 p.m. at night. Not everybody wants to watch somebody at 9 p.m. at night, no. Let's see here. Bust out this flower. This petal that goes over. Good. So we're creating this S shape. Are you seeing it? It goes like this. Right? The petals are going to lead you from the owl top all the way down to the big flowers that are filled in. And we'll worry about branches later. I'm not really worried about branches right now. I'm just kind of rubbing in stuff. Just kind of getting a gist. Nice thing is I have a really good printer at home. I have a 10 ink printer, an Epson 10 ink printer. So I'm capable of printing on archival fine art paper. So I'll just print this out at home. I also know how to do my own mat board. So I can cut my own mat board, frame it, and make it look real nice. All on my own. Without having to go through other people or whatever. Some flowers on the tree, obviously. Because this reference is ridiculous. You want to see it? Excuse me. Pardon me. Coffee's making me burp. Look at that. Man! It's legit. It's legit. It's legit. All right. Peace, man. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Get moving. You're doing our country. You're serving our country well. Bumblebee tuna. All right. Okay. Let's go. Start color. Just need to get an idea on this tree here. Let's see how much space it's going to take up. I might make the owl just a tiny bit bigger. Now, this has happened before. Excuse me, sir? Did I say something wrong? I can't offend you. You're like one of my best friends. Get out of here. And then if I did, we still love each other. All right. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I'm getting the branches in here. Okay, so like here's our branch that our owl is gonna sit on. Here's my big irk with like live stream. My only irk with live stream is like I want people to tune in live, but I think a lot of people are like, well, I'll just watch it later. It's like, man, I should just not have videos after the fact. And then you're just like, well, I'm gonna miss it. And then you show up. I'm that way with some content. I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it later. All right, let's see here. Question is, what we end up. My chin is like disappearing. I decided to sit a little funny, didn't I? Okay, there's that. Y'all see it all right? I could zoom in too. There we go. Yeah. So far, so good. I've got my magnolia reference here. It's absolutely stunning. This is a perfect reference because there's so many flowers in so many different directions. This owl we'll have to work on, but again, we're just sketching here. We're getting the gist of it. Okay, let's block him in with that darker blue so I can at least get an idea for it's gonna be behind. He's gonna sit behind the branch, so his tail is gonna probably come like that, and it's gonna kind of cover a little bit of the branch, right? And then his leg's gonna perch here. Probably have to lower. You can just kind of see it start to come alive as you work on it. He probably needs to be a little bit more arched. Just gonna be looking down that way. The branch might need to come down a little bit. I don't know. And then here's our little peak right here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I can dig that. Right? So now we're kind of getting an idea for how it fits in, right? We want to create depth. Looking at it on screen is kind of helping actually, because he looks a little big, like monstrous, doesn't he? He does feel a little monstrous. Hey, Kelly. Thanks for the like. I appreciate it. Good hearing from you earlier, too. I'll let you know what's going on. This is a commission piece. It's a good time. Let's see here. Owl's a little big. And he won't be blue. He was not going to look ominous, you know. We're just sketching in the composition here. So we're going to go back to that layer. We're going to highlight this. guy, and we're just gonna shrink him down a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot he's 2 layers. I really wanted him to pop off, but maybe I move him up. And this app has been doing something stupid where like I have to kill the app, come back into it. It's something to do with when I get into the framing of an object and I'm like sizing it, it just freezes. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I can merge these two. It's just a sketch. So now I should be able to grab this. Hopefully it doesn't freeze on me again. Let's go like this. And then we'll bring them up a little higher. And then we'll get to that color. We'll kind of just spout this in. Yeah. Our lighting source. Where's our lighting source going to come from? Obviously, it should probably come from the left because that's just makes the most sense. You know? That makes the most sense to me. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. So this is what you do. So if you're ever curious, if you're in because you're wanting to learn, I take that layer and I go to the opacity by hitting the N, and I just lower the opacity to like 20%. Right? Go to the other layer too. This, and just go to 20%. So now I have it there, but it's really like barely visible. And now I just kind of have like a roadmap to go off of, right? Okay. Let's see here. Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna get our colors. So let's pop up here, go to color palette. And I'll explore more. So I guess we're kind of looking for pink. I don't remember the color that we chose last time. Do you remember what it was? I don't remember what it was. The program I'm using, Kelly, is Procreate. It's for iOS only. It's, I think, when I bought it, it was $10. It might be more now. I don't remember exactly, but maybe guest online for kids. Can you elaborate what you're saying? Because I think I get the gist of what you're mentioning. Are you talking about for like doing like drawing exercises for kids? Totally. Like in the summertime, that'd be great because right now they're all in school. But I can do live events. I've been approved. I don't know how awesome that is, but I've been approved on Facebook to do paid live events. Let's see. So the color palette we're using for this owl artwork. Ooh, look at that. That's kind of pretty. Always look up. I don't know, what do you think? What do you think? I kind of dig it. I want to... Oh, how do you do a... Is it like that? Yeah, I just did it. Cool. Share. Need to add to my photos. Oh, I just hit done, don't I? Yeah, save to photos. And then I save it to photos, and then when I come in here, I just grab it. This is just quicker than putting in the numbers. I just insert the photo of those colors. Do it small enough. Come up here in the corner. And then when I come in here, I just create a new palette. I go to the palette section, add a new palette. I'm not very organized with my palettes because I could care less, but I guess if I wanted to be more professional, I could. Let's see here. And then I go to the color drop, the eyedrop tool, grab the color, and then I just drop it in there. And then that way I don't have to worry about the silly numbers and having to look back and forth. I just drop them in. See how that works? It's pretty nice. Eventually, just forecasting. I would love to get a camera. Ah, I disappeared. Oh, the name of the app? The name of the app is Procreate for iOS. They have a mobile version for the phone, and then a more full version, like the actual full program, is for iOS on the iPad. I've been using Procreate for like probably going on 6 years. Been using it for a while. Okay, and then so we're going to use varying degrees of shades and highlights of these colors, obviously, because that would be pretty restricting to the point where it'd be pretty flat. But this is just like our baseline. So then now this becomes my color palette, and then I just go, I like to use the value lines more than the color wheel, because then I can actually like see in my head, like, okay, this is saturation, this is black value, and then RGB. So then I can kind of just like tilt things. Just, I like it separated, personally. Oh, like a tech class? Elaborate more. I want to hear more, Kelly. Share more. For those in Behance, there's someone on Facebook who's wanting to know what program I'm using, and then also like mentioning doing some kind of guest online thing for kids, and so she's going to elaborate because I want to know more. And now I'll hide this picture because I don't need it anymore. I got what I needed out of it. It's useless. And there's the owls. So now we're going to come in. I should really set my black. Get a black in for masking. Get a white in for masking. That's not really a true white. So let's delete that. Got our true white. That's not what I wanted to do. Colors. And then drop. No, stop it. There we go. And then this one will go away. Try to be organized here. I know there's a lot of logistics. I know. I mean, I know it's not like super like entertaining every second, you know, but it's nice to have a pace where you just come and just chill, relax, enjoy somebody being creative. It's a good time. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm always looking for rooms to improve. If you see anything that you notice, like, hey, like you should do this, it'll make it better, I'm all ears. I'm always about improving the process, making this as enjoyable and relaxing and as fun as possible for anybody. Comments are encouraged. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, I mean, the sketching stage it has its entertaining points of where you're seeing kind of come together, but there's also the logistics of getting your color ready, getting organized with your layers, figuring out what you're gonna do for color. So like right now, I'm trying to get, okay, so here's that color. I want maybe that color. And then I want a darker version of that color. Then we'll go to the pink. I'm definitely gonna want a more saturated pink, but a little bit muted too. Oops, that did not work. That's still not working. Stop doing that. I want it to be more muted. There we go. Yes, that's nice. I like that color. I'm trying to stay in that same color family. I'm just simply trying to find highlights and shades of the same color. This could be a decent color. This one is like a, I can't tell what color that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to see it. It's like a blue. It's pretty much a white. Yeah, it's just a hair over to the left on the blue color, cyan. So maybe I just go a little darker, get a little bit more of a teal out of it, and then we'll mute it. Get more of a shade. I don't know. We're gonna play with these colors and see how it goes, you know? That's our color palette for now. Excuse me, man. Pardon me. This coffee and probably the way I'm sitting is causing me to burp a little. All right. Again, thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, or if you've been here before, Thursday mornings is just more of a chill, relaxed time to draw and get some projects done. Things I'm working on during the week for you guys to all see, because I've noticed I've been drawing a lot during the week and then showing you finished work, but you have not really seen me do much of it. So Thursday morning is a great opportunity where after I drop off my kids to school, I have a couple hours before work where I can get some stuff done. So Thursday mornings, 9 a.m. Okay, let's do it. All right, so that was the sketch. Here, real quick, I know you guys are like, Miles, just draw. We'll just show whoever's been showing up what we've done so far. This is just a quick 10-second video. This is what we've done so far. Cool beans? Everyone following? Everyone tracking? Cool. All right, so now I'm just gonna take this black color. We're gonna start doing some clean lines. So now I need my magnolias. Let's check Behance. How's everyone doing over at Behance? Again, thanks for tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Helps support the channel. Okay, likes and shares do too. All right, here we go. We're starting down at the bottom. We're gonna work our way up. Let's do the banner. What layer are we on? The wrong layer. Happens every time, without fail. Okay, let's go. Banner. So we're starting down here. We'll zoom in. Oh, can someone look up the scripture for consider the ravens? The one where it's in, I think it's in Luke, where he talks about consider the lilies of the field, how I take care of them, how I dress them, how I feed the birds, so will I take care of you. That, I believe, is a scripture we're going to use with this commission. So, if Kelly, if you're available, if you could look that up for me and send that in the comments, that would really help me out. Okay, so now we're going to start doing a little bit. Now, these black lines aren't going to stay. This is just more to, like, get an idea of, like, how I really want this to pan out. Okay, like, you know, this is where I'm going to do some erasing. You know, when I used to tattoo, I was a professional tattoo artist for about 3 years. I ended up leaving because just it was a toxic environment. It's just terrible. But man, the value you get out of learning as an artist is really, really great. I mean, to be able to tattoo artwork on somebody permanently forever is quite a humbling experience. And one I would encourage any artist, if they're willing and have the aptitude to try it, should do it. I learned a lot about art through tattooing. So a lot of my style kind of seeps out from tattooing, hence why I like banners so much. Let's see here. There we go. We're going to definitely stylize this a little bit better. I want it to feel a little bit more antique-ish. It's not going to be outlined. It's going to be soft. These thicker lines are more me correcting the width of it. And then I can come in with my eraser tool and just kind of brush it out, see? I want it to be consistent. I'm going to have to look up that scripture on my own. I don't remember what it was. I guess I can just do this. Consider the ravens, which you can paraphrase birds. I mean, really. Bible, what verse was that? It was Luke 12, so I was right. It was Luke. I just don't remember the number. Does this say it on there? I just don't really care what the picture is. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable you are than birds. I mean, it says birds, and we're doing an owl. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Again, if you're watching my commission person, I don't know if you want to be known that it's your commission work, but you can text me and let me know if you like the direction of it. If you like the scripture choice. So it's going to be Luke 12. So we're going to do a nice little script there. I do have these banners I bought off Etsy. Can't remember the designer's name. I would totally plug her in. These were totally worth the, what, $4? Just all these grids for different banners, different ways to do. So, like, for instance, I could find. Oh, see, that's upside down. I wanted to go the other way. I don't know if she added one that did that. What time is it? I need to keep track of the time too. 9:45. We're good. Let's see here. Nope, that's not what I want. They're all the other way. So maybe these are all like really complex compositions. Let's go with this one, and I might be able to flip it. No, that's not what I want to do. Go here, it's on. I think I can flip that. Well, it's on the same layer, so I gotta undo that. Go back up here, place it, and then grab it, flip it, grab it, flip it. All right, let's see here. Okay, now we can see, look at that. It's so worth the money, because I was spending so much time trying to hand correct consistency in stems of font and all the layman's terms now. I mean, it's like you have the stems and you have all these different points of a letter, and you're like trying to get it consistent because your eye can see the inconsistencies. And so it's like I spent like an hour just like erasing and redoing over and over again. And so I bought these because I was like, at least this will help me stay somewhat consistent. See, because now I have like a... So worth it. Oh my gosh. You have no idea. Okay. My coffee is now cold. It is no longer delicious. Okay. New layer. Let's see if we can... where's our color? What color should we use for the banner? I think we're gonna go... Our tree is most likely gonna be like gray ink colors. So we'll do gray, dark grays, and blacks. So I think I'm gonna do the banner. I think the owl is gonna be that color though. Let's go with this color. We'll start with this color first. We'll just go with this first. Nope, that's not what I want. Holy moly. Let's go drawing. Bigger width. Just gonna color it in here real quick, just to get an idea. This thing will evolve so much in the next week, it's not even funny. It'll be exciting to share the progress next Thursday. Okay, and then come here. We'll do varying degrees of shades there. Now, I'm gonna go to my inking studio pen. We'll start with white, just to begin with here. Was it Luke 12? 24. Okay, where's Bible Gateway? Bible Gateway. Your gateway to the Bible. Is that their slogan? That would be cool if it was. 1224. No page results. You are not a good enough Christian because you couldn't do it right. There you go. Read full chapter. 4, 8, 16, 10, 25, 24. Yeah, that Jesus said to his disciples, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothes. Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable you are than birds. Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to your life? That, I feel, is important for this commission. Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Consider how the wild flowers grow. This is why we're throwing in these flowers to go along with the scripture. They do not labor or spin, yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today, and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, how much more will he clothe you, you of little faith? And do not set your heart on what you will eat or drink. Do not worry about it. And then it goes into saying, like, you know, the non-juicy stuff. For the pagan world runs off all such things, which is true. And your Father knows that you need them. But seek his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. Okay, so this is more, not just 12:24. This is literally 12:22. Luke 12:22 is what we'll put in. So we're going to go Luke. Okay. Now here's the tricky part. It's a terrible looking K. Oh my gosh. Ks are like my kryptonite. Oh, sweet Jesus. So terrible. They are so hard. People you don't even know Feel my pain with me. Okay? They are so hard. See? Doesn't... Oh, that's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Right, Kelly? It's kind of cute. We'll see. What's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up redoing this over and over again anyways. It doesn't even matter. So even if I got the grids, why does it even matter? Come on. The problem is it's like... I need to scroll this up. There we go. Now I got some palm room here. I'm going against the grain. It's like doesn't even matter that I even have it. Okay, let's do this. Let's go. So let's get that. That doesn't work. Yep, welcome to my process, people. I mean, it's not pretty sometimes. If I make it that high, then it's like... I've got this whole banner to use. It's like... I ended up not using that anyways. Okay, I just need to get it in there so I can like... Just so I can see it in the composition, and then we'll go from there. There. We'll keep it at that. Oh, my phone died. Wah wah. I'm gonna need to charge that actually, because my wife is gonna be getting a hold of me for a haircut today. Where did I put the charger at? There it is. This is gonna be super cute. I'm really loving it. I hope you like it too, Kelly. It's gonna get there. Today was his entire goal was to focus on the sketch. We actually got a lot farther. We actually got a lot farther than I thought we were gonna get today. If that says anything. Cool. There we go. Let me get situated. Okay. Let's go. Wait, what was I doing? That's right. Flowers. The flowers. Magnolias. I don't know. I just felt like this is what we needed to do. Magnolias. Who knows? Sometimes God will just prompt you to do what you need to do, and you just gotta obey. Okay, let's look at this magnolia. This is my reference, if y'all wanted to know. This is what I'm looking at. I really like that bottom one. Let's see here. So let's go like... Switch to my other one. When I use the ink brush, I tend to like try to be too perfect. With this glooming brush, I like to be a little bit more rough, which is more fun. You know, the person who is receiving this, their husband passed away, and it was really sad. He was a good dude, and I hope it encourages her in this season where she's, you know, feeling alone, and they were married for so long. You know, they were what seemed to be a very happy married couple. Clip mask that. What? And so I hope it's encouraging for her in this new season of life where she's on her own, trying to figure out the routine this last year of just what's it like to not have your companion with you every day. It's got to be so tough. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. And that kind of looks like a magnolia, except it looks a little flat. And I did it on the wrong layer. Yay. Let's undo this real quick. I could have just like copied and pasted. Let's do that. Let's go. Boom. So instead of just undoing, I can just like highlight it, grab it, and then copy and paste it. So I can just go, oh, I thought I could. Oh, that's because I gotta do this. And then I just go copy paste. Now it's on this layer by itself. And then I come over here and I erase this. And then now there's only one. And now I can do what I want with it. See how quick that was? Quick and easy. This is why digital art is just so amazing. So much better. Go a little smaller. See? It's doing that thing. Doing that thing where it freezes. It's no fun. Makes for not fun content. And then I have to erase. And then I have to go back in. It's so silly. Don't ask me. Procreate needs to fix it though. That's what they need to do. Checking in on my peeps over here at Behance. How y'all doing? Hanging in there? I got stuff all sorts out of whack here. Hold on. Let's go back to... I'll put that there. This comes over. Yes. Okay. Oh, it's going to look so classy. It's going to fit her home real well, too, if I remember correctly. See, look, I didn't even save that. Like, how ridiculous, right? Don't ask me. It's whenever I use this tool right here. It just, like, has a hard time computing it. See? Did it again. I don't get it. We're going to move on because no one wants to watch that. I'll just erase it and redraw it. It's really not that difficult. Okay. So I'm going to have it so that this guy pops out a little bit. And then this is have this one fold. See, again, when you redraw something else, it will 9 out of 10 times be better than when you drew it before. Never be discouraged about drawing something and being afraid of, but I just did all that work and now I have to erase it. Like, it's okay, you'll erase it, and then yeah, it's more work, but it's going to turn out better because then you remember what you did before and then you don't do the same thing twice in a row. It'll always be better the second time you do it. I guess that's why they encourage you to do rough drafts, but I just like to do the rough drafts on here, you know? So the petals, how does the petals look? How do the petals look? I just need a good picture. Okay, yeah, all right, that's cool. I can deal with that. Let's go like, we're up here now. We're kind of jumping. I'm just kind of getting an idea for how I want to do the floating petals. That one, I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna move. We're gonna put it like right there. And we're gonna shrink it. It's actually gonna go in the background. We're gonna put that in the background. Sorry, I'm whispering. I'm totally whispering. It's just, you know, you get into it and you're like, oh. Okay, and then we're gonna have one off the page here, like a little bit, like, oh, that actually looks kind of cool. That actually looks pretty cool. I think we're gonna do that. We're actually gonna have the petals coming off of the border, so it's like over here, you know. Like they're floating. Actually, it would really make it look like it's inside a tree. That's actually a really cool idea. Let's see if we can pull this off. Because then, you know, you get like, I don't know. We're just gonna find out here. Trying to get an idea of like the ones in the background and stuff on these branches, because, you know, it's gonna be a magnolia tree, so it's gonna be pink in the background a lot. Like, it's a full bloomed magnolia tree, you know. So we just kind of rough in like the shape of like a full And then we'll highlight to make it look like a bunch of them in one shape, you know? If that makes any sense. And then... Gosh, can you imagine losing your significant other? Just like... as like a freak accident? Like, it'd be terrible. It's hard. Like sometimes in these moments where I'm just drawing, especially when I have quiet time like this where I'm not interrupted, I'm just kind of in my own element. It's like, gosh, like I start thinking about life, you know, you start thinking about deep stuff, which is good. You should. It says in the word in Ecclesiastes that you should think about death often. It's going to happen to everybody. I mean, everyone will die. As I know that sounds so discouraging, doesn't it? But it's meant to be encouraging, saying it's healthy for you to think about it because it will impact the decisions you make in your life when you realize that you are not immortal. You know, you'll treat people better. You'll be kinder. I'm still rude sometimes because I have a lot of introvertedness in me, so I just, you know, my family knows. I can tend to be rude sometimes because I'm just like, I need to be alone. But I hope and pray that it will help you be more kind and more encouraging to others, knowing that, hey, you don't know. Your days are numbered and you don't know. Only God knows. So it's like, just cherish every moment you have with your significant others because you never know. God has an ultimate plan here. He's the one that has every hair on your head counted for. That means he's the ultimate mathematician. Okay, this is really turning into something really cool and I'm digging it. So what I'm trying to do with this border here is make it appear like there's a tree branch like in front of the artwork. I mean, that's kind of the idea, at least. We will see how well I pull it off in just a second. Right now it just looks like a bunch of blobs, but you'll get it. You'll see what I'm doing. Just a minute. It would actually probably be best if we had definitely more petals in front of him too. This is starting to get tricky. The hard part is like making them look different and believable at the same time. Yeah. Okay. We'll worry about like the little details on these later. Again, we're just really worried about the So the cool part is if we mat this, we'll continue the framing on the mat board. So it will be all encompassed in a magnolia tree, and you'll just see this out peeking out. I think it's going to look really cool. I think it's just going to look really great. This is the back of the flower here. And this is the front. Yeah, there we go. Let's see here. And then that was the lighter color, so I could technically take this darker one. They actually are more, they have a lot of white in them. So we'll definitely be playing off of that for sure. It just really helps to get these values in because then it helps create some depth so you don't feel like you're just drawing this flat shape the whole time. Let's see here. So that's like a main flower. That one's going to have the most detail. It needs to be the most accurate. We're actually going to put in a brighter, more of a white, because we need it for the tops of these flowers because they're definitely more of like a brighter color. That's just kind of a nasty, muddy color. What was I thinking? The heck? It's a little better. It's creamier. I like that. That definitely vibes with the that green color down there. Goes really well. I'm just blending right now. I'm just trying to get that shape in there. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, yeah, I'm not. Okay, yeah, there we go. What's on the inside of them? Sorry, I just like got really close to my. Okay, so it's like this really weird bulb thing. That sounds good. Okay, that's good. There's that. There we go. There you go. Pills are good. Pills are good. There you go. There's like this interesting like bulb thing in there. I don't know what color to do that in, but I guess we'll go more like an orange. Yeah, that'll really more of a rust color. That goes really well with that green too. Pops that, and then for the outline of that flower, because we want it to pop, we'll go back to this. I'm just gonna kind of rough this in there. There we go. That's gonna overlap this. Create some of that depth. We're definitely gonna throw this banner. We're gonna tuck it a little better. I want it to tuck in. Pop this banner out a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Thicker. Yep. There we go. We're getting in the zone here. There is such thing as an art zone. It's real. It's like a runner's high, you know? Runner's highs are real. We're gonna put a little banner down here just because I think it's gonna cap it really well. Just gonna kind of like that. That's like gross. Like, what the heck am I doing there? I mean, I do need to do that. I just need to figure out the shape. Because it's like really awkward. It's so awkward. I don't even know what. Like that. And then like up. Maybe? No, let's just fill it in and see what happens. Yeah, I mean, that sort of works. Yeah, I can do that. I can deal with that. And then we'll go half capacity. And we'll just continue the banner up in the corner, like in the background. Yeah, there we go. And then it's going to come up and then in front here. Maybe? I don't know. We're just playing with some ideas. I like this idea because it's very symbolic in how God clothes you, right? Clothes you. So this is like, I'm clothing you. I'm wrapping this around you. I'm gonna take care of you. I don't know. Just play with this for a little bit. See what. Let's leave it like that for right now. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. What time is it? 10. We've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Doing well. Let's see here. I just don't know if that's. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. That's still too much. Let's back her up. We'll skip that. We'll leave it right here. This banner here, I can fudge this a little bit. I think we'll go down a little bit. It's messy. That's okay. We have all the time in the world to clean it up and make it look nice. I'm trying to think if this magnolia is too big. A little smaller. Upright. There we go. Leaves room for others. So we'll come in here. Maybe we'll put a budded one right here. Right? Or do, you know, we'll do some background color to fill it in. Like there's, like it's a giant, just plethora of them. So we just fill this all in with that color, and then we'll highlight the rest of them. Same way. What layer am I on? Clip mask it. Oh, I can't clip mask that. I'm gonna have to take this right here, put it on a different layer, copy paste, come here, erase all this. There you go. You guys seeing that all right? Should I blow it up more? There you go. Okay, let's go. Okay, good. So now that's on its own layer. So now I can clip mask this. Oh, it's because this isn't clip masked. So this needs to come above. Hard part about clip masking is you have to have your layers organized right or it won't work. We don't care about that layer anymore. Clip mask. So that clip masks the flower in. Cleaning it up a little bit, but maybe we don't need to clip mask this because we want stuff to pop off. We'll just have to be clean. We're just gonna have to be cleaner. And we'll get that sorted out. This color down here, we definitely want to fill that in. So maybe we'll put another layer in between here. We'll clip mask that, and then we can just fill this in with a darker. So it looks like it's part of the full part of the tree. See that? Just go quick. Just get it in there. Do different tones. Just kind of piece it in. There you go. Do some of the brighter ones a little bit. Yeah, just like that. Looks like there's a bunch of flowers over there. When there's not, tomfoolery. Tomfoolery. It's looking cool. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. No, don't do that. Okay, and then now I want, right here, I want a dark one. Just like that. There we go. It's gonna peel back, sit up, out, like that. Just roughing this thing in. Let's make it smaller so we can get this lined a little better. It's just like in there, you know. I love using like flat color to create like depth. It's like more like you have a background foreground, but you, instead of trying to make it as realistic as possible, you're just creating just interesting shapes that form like, wow, this is like a really full branch of magnolias. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's just my artwork's evolved into. It's like, I like one of my favorite artists. Check him out. His name's Dan Mumford. Dan Mumford. He's awesome. He's done artwork for Star Wars, for every IP that you could possibly think of that's pop culture. He's starting to do all of it. I think like right now in the works he has a Super Mario Bros, which is a huge deal. I mean, like the fact that they commission him, the fact that they commission him for that is impressive. Check him out, Dan Mumford. He's a huge inspiration to me. I've pulled a lot in my own evolution as an artist from just his style too, like learning like, oh wow, look how he did that. He didn't really do a lot of detail, he just created a lot of depth with atmospheric perspective and just color shifting. You know, like this is pretty much what we're doing right now. It's just taking a color and then like making it feel more full by just using flat color. It's like literally all we're doing. That is on a weird layer. Oh, right, okay. I'm following now. I keep going the same direction. This one probably needs to come out like this. Get on the wrong layer. There we go. We just need to have it come out like that. They're interesting flowers for sure. They're like, they're super pretty though. Right? Right? There we go. This guy's in front. I want this guy to stay in front. But we'll add a little white. Oh, I didn't create that color. If you ever forget to create a color, just use your eyedrop tool. Helps you find it a little quicker. Okay, and then here. I just want to go a tad bit darker, right? It's like it just needs, you know, instead of going the blacker route, we'll go the more purple route. See how much softer that is? And it's just more pleasing. It's like if you can not resort to black, don't. Black just kind of muds things out. Stick to hues, stick to colors. Hey, how's it going, Rhodes? How you doing? Thanks for coming in the chat. How's your day been? So 1212 says this. It's themed off of the popular Bible verse, "Consider the ravens." So, and I can read it to you too. This is a commission piece that I'm doing for a family member for Christmas, and they wanted me to do an owl and then just throw in a scripture, just pick one. So I picked Luke 12:12, which is, "Then Jesus said to his disciples, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothes. Consider the ravens," which we're doing owls, but they mention birds. "They do not sow or reap. They have no storerooms or barn." Well, barn owls have barns. But anyways, I digress. "Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Consider how the wildflowers grow. They do not labor or spin, yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, how much more will he clothe you, you of little faith? And do not set your heart on what you will eat or drink. Do not worry about it, for the pagan world runs after all such things, and your Father knows that you need them. But seek his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well." That's the Bible verse. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. So yeah, we're just kind of going off of just the whole theme of like God provides in this. Yeah, living in simplicity. It's like saying, I trust you for the basic things. I can trust you with even more. And so like in this particular situation for this commission, this particular person lost her husband, I think a little over a year ago. It was during COVID. We had to have the funeral way later. So I think it was probably a year and a half ago. Yes, 1222 is what it is. That's it. So like I I brought it back up, so I think it starts at 22. So it's Bioverse Luke 12:22. But my original like thinking was like, oh, it's 24. So then I looked it up, and it ended up being like it's from Luke 12:22 all the way to 32. It's that whole section. It's called "Do Not Worry." So in the Bible, they have this little subheader that's "Do Not Worry." So this particular person that it's commissioned for Christmas, she lost her husband, and she's been living on her own. They were married for a very, very long time. So it's kind of like, it's kind of neat. It's kind of more of an encouragement of saying, hey, trust God for the basic needs. You've lived this way for so long. Trying to find your new normal is hard. So don't worry about those things. God will take care of those things. You know, this is a new season of life for you. You know, so consider the birds, consider the lilies of the field, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, we're just sketching right now. Those words will look 100% different later. It's more of just like people who are tuning in and seeing, they can kind of get the gist of where we're headed with this work. Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. I just kind of focus on doing logistics, sketching, working on projects that I'm working on. Yeah, totally. Yeah, by all means, swing by. Thanks, man. I appreciate the follow. Really do. Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time is when I kind of work on like sketches and compositions for other artworks. Fridays at 9 p.m. is more of a devotional time where I just kind of talk about my week-to-week artwork that I'm doing. I'll show time lapses of stuff I did during the week. We'll just talk about deeper parts of life. You know, like Twitch and a lot of social media platforms can tend to be very, very surfacey and very, what's the word for it? God, what's that word? It's another word for surfacey. Like a thesaurus would be perfect right now, but it's very, you know, just for your entertainment. But like, I want to offer the ability for people to come for entertainment. That's why on Mondays I play video games and draw art on video games, where it's just more chill and like we're just being rowdy and having fun. But then on Fridays we're diving into the deeper parts of life. So, but it's all revolved around art, the whole thing. So I appreciate the follow, man. So yeah, Luke 12:22. We're probably gonna wrap up here in the next few minutes. I have to go get my hair cut, and then I have to go to work. But man, we did a lot. Here's a time lapse. This is where we started. Rhodes, if you wanted to see kind of the process, if you were just tuning in, this is kind of where we landed. This was the beginning. We literally started from the beginning this morning at 9. Picked a color palette. We picked an owl type, roughed in the composition, and then started putting in the banners. And then we came up with the scripture. And then, yeah, so instead of doing that like 500 times over for sheer boredom, I just threw it up there so everyone knew what verse it was. I'll worry about all that off camera so you can not sit through the painstaking part of trying to make actual lettering look good, because that's painful. So what we're going to do is we want the feeling of the owl to feel all encompassed by this tree of magnolias. That's kind of the gist. So that's where we're at. The owl's gonna be fun. I've never drawn an owl before, so we'll see what happens there. Let's see here. I'm gonna work on this little bush of magnolias, and then I'll wrap it up. I'm really bummed because I had a Dumb and Dumber GIF for when someone follows, and it didn't come through. It did this silly zombie thing. I have to look into why that didn't work. So on Monday nights, right now we're playing Hollow Knight, and I have a series of artworks on my Instagram that I've been posting for that, if you're interested. It's roughly, yeah, around 2 hours. I was doing 2.5 hours, and you know, I'm green at this. This is like month 2 of doing this stream. So I've just been diving headfirst into it, just pouring as much energy and content creation as I can, and it's roughly about 2 hours. Yeah, some nights at minimum it's an hour minimum. So like on video game nights it'll probably be 2 hours. On Friday nights it's probably more around an hour and a half, because I'm really just cutting to the chase. We're diving deep, we're having conversation, we're challenging ourselves and our way of thinking scripturally, spiritually, just day-to-day life, just trying to encourage people for the next week to come, and maybe if they had a rough week before. And then I always show that artwork that I'm doing for that week. We're actually in kind of like a mini series of God in the Old Testament, names of God in the Old Testament on Fridays, and we've done 3 so far. The one we're on now is Jehovah Jireh, and we're talking about, it's themed around the whole idea of your grave and how God, because Jehovah Jireh means God the provider, and so we're kind of diving into what that means in day-to-day life for us just as people living in the modern era, and how, like, you know, the whole metaverse that got announced by Facebook, and how like everything's becoming more virtualized and more of a distraction and more of a thing that we're trying to, you know, just submerge ourselves in. So the artwork is a challenging artwork of a normal analog grave surrounded by a bunch of digital graves. And so like the digital graves are like, instead of focusing on whether or not you were a good dad or a good husband or a good friend, it's all about your achievements. It's all about your star rating. It's all about how many followers you have. It's all about, that's what, you know, because everybody's becoming more increasingly concerned about their reputation digitally in the you know, information age, that's what's going to be on people's tombstones in 30 or 40 years. You know, I kind of think of it like Harry Potter. You know, like in the movie Harry Potter, where you see the frames and the people are living in the frames, and like they're still like conversing with all the kids. They're dead, but they're in the frames. It's kind of like that kind of concept. So we're continuing that artwork on Friday. So if you wanted to come check it out, you can. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's all in moderation. And so like that's like the main purpose behind my channel, is just really, one, to challenge myself in the way I think first and foremost. I'm not exempt. And so then also to people who want to walk along with me in processing this stuff personally and in my own life, can come along and we'll just kind of dialogue week to week about it. So yeah, Jehovah Jireh this week. It's been the last 2 or 3 weeks we've been on it because it's been such a good topic and so prevalent that we've just been sticking with it. But we've done Jehovah Nissi, which was God My Banner. There's an artwork posted on social media there. You can check it out, Graffiti Gospel. It's on all the social media sites. It's up. And then we did a prayer night over Afghanistan, where we did an artwork based on the struggle that Afghanistan was going through with their withdrawal from Afghanistan, our troops. It's called The Reason to Celebrate. You can see that on Instagram as well. But yeah, I'd love to have you, man. Come hang out. Chime in. Bring your input. You know what I'm saying? And if you're an artist, share your art. Let's see here. So we were trying to get these magnolias to look like a giant branch is right behind the lettering. So I'm just trying to get it to look like there's just a ton of flowers right here. I want to feel like it's like a bouquet. I wish I could stream for like 6 hours a day. I can't. I mean, I got a full-time job, a family, kids, wife, you know, and chores and duties and a house. So it's like, you know, this is really a hobby first and foremost. But I would love to at some point be able to do it more often. It's just building a community takes time. Yeah, the first part of my stream was like, they say, want to be famous? We'll give you fake followers. And I'm like, yeah, because that's what I'm all about right now. It's just trying to accumulate fake people. I'm actually not I'm a professional artist. I'm an award-winning artist, sure, whatever that means. But like, I don't do this full time. No, I do live production. I'm actually an audio technician by trade, and I contract around the country doing audio from time to time for like conventions and conferences. I used to work for a church being the audio director, so I ran a lot of services from a live production standpoint. This has really just been more of I have a passion for art, I have a passion for God. I have a passion for all things the Lord and a passion for all things art. So that's just kind of, I was like, you know what, this channel was a way for me to just, I kind of went through a spell where I just didn't draw at all, and I just didn't do a lot of artwork. And so it was like, this was a great way to combine tech, live production, art, and my beliefs all in a kind of one little cusp, you know, coalesce them together. So I actually work at a retail store, but I repair computers. So it's that kind of lines up with where I'm at in the live production realm. That's how I got the job. But it's super chill. It's a really good gig, pays decent, and I'm able to do some artwork on it while I'm at work too when we're slow. Yeah, I mean, you need to be there for the reason, for the purpose, not for the pay. I mean, yeah, I definitely did not get paid competitive pay, but I will say the environment and the community was way more valuable than the pay, because the friendships and the experiences I got out of working there for 6 to 8 years was really, really well. I didn't get fired or leave. It was actually a layoff because the church I worked at was going through a financial hard time, and they ended up letting go like 5 employees. So they eliminated my position at the time, but I still go to church there, and it's a great community. And I volunteer now too. So I volunteer doing audio about every 3rd weekend of the month. I volunteer. But yeah, you're right. It's volunteer led. So I ran a team of volunteers and helped teach them and coach them on how to do their role on the weekend services, and then I just jumped in where I needed to. That's kind of how that played out. Thursdays is panning out for me. I like Thursdays. Man, I'll tell you. Thursdays is nice. It's my only like morning shift. What time is it? 10:30. That's correct, right? Yes, 10:30. We had that time change, so I'm just like, ooh. Let's see here. But yeah, I just actually recently got nominated for Best 2D Visual Artist in my city. I got voted somehow. I don't know. I woke up to it. My friend texted me, "Hey, just so you know, you were nominated for Best 2D Visual Artist, and you'll find out more in February." I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then they live streamed it and announced it. It was pretty cool. I didn't realize it was actually a thing, which means they need to market it better, because I didn't know it was even a thing. So I have that to look forward to in February to find out if I won that award or not. We're going to grab this orange because I think we need to have this appear more if we're going to incorporate it. So we'll put it down here too, down this one. There we go. Maybe a little right here. Yeah, so if you want to see more of my work, Rhodes, you can just go to Instagram, Graffiti Gospel. Almost all my work is on there. And I announce like updates on my stream on Instagram and Facebook. All right, 1:38. 1 minute and 38. Almost 2 hours. It's pretty good. We got pretty far actually. Let's see here. So what video games do you play? Yeah, you're on Twitch. Do you play any video games? Thanks, Rose. I appreciate that. We're becoming fast friends. Yeah, and if you know anybody else who'd you would think this is really cool, by all means share it. The more the merrier. It just makes it more rich content when we can get more people involved in the conversation, especially on Fridays. You know, I see so many streams, they're like, no political conversation, no religious talk, and it's like, come on, like, this is life, people. Like, I know you're trying to escape from it, but it's unavoidable. Like, okay, yeah. So a lot of those highly, like, and Dota's highly competitive. I've never played it, but I've played Fallout 4, and I've heard of Nier Automata. I heard nothing but good things of that game. This is it's hard because it's like there's so many games I want to play, yet some of these games, you know, I really just can't play them on live stream. I want it to be a really family-friendly channel where people of all ages can chime in. So I have to be careful of that dichotomy. So like I've been playing a lot of platformers. No Man's Sky, that's kind of been my main gig last month. I've just loved that game. That game is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I've pumped out 5 artworks in like a matter of 2 weeks because it was just like, oh, this idea, this idea, this idea. So yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, and this is a reoccurrence, my camera, so you'll just have to get used to that. I mean, like, I'll play games that are violent, but I'm not gonna do like super intense, like chopping heads off and stuff. I mean, I had to make that decision early on. It was like, you know, a lot of my community is like family communities, so it's like I want people I know and care about too to also want to chime in. So I don't know, it might evolve, you know, down the road, but as of right now, like, I just been trickling games in. It's been fun. I have a highlight on Twitch of me fighting a boss in Hollow Knight, and man, that was some of the best video game fun I've ever had. It was a boss fight, and it took like 10 or 11 tries, and it was a good time. Yeah, my camera, it's a nice DSLR, but it's not like the new and greatest thing, so it has a timer, and it's only like 30 minutes. But it's such a good quality camera, I can't avoid it, so I just got to be on it. I mean, it's just a little thing. I mean, you do a stream for 2 months, you have a nice camera, you try to use it, you know? But I play all kinds of games, man. Like, I got a PS5, I play Switch, my boys play games, I play games. I hope to stream Final Fantasy VII, the new one, because I have yet to really get... It's one of my favorite video games of all time, Final Fantasy VII. I played it as a kid. It's like the definition of nostalgia for me. So I definitely want to incorporate that and do some artwork on that game too. What's your favorite game? Which one? Maple Story. I've never heard of that. It's an MMO? I know all the craze is that New World game right now. I refuse. I was a diehard World of Warcraft fan back in the day. Sucked my life up. I had to quit. I play it from time to time just because I love the art of that game. So I'll like buy the expansions for World of Warcraft just to like consume their art. I'll just do like the main story, and then I won't do any of the raid stuff just because it's like I ain't got time for that. Man, I should really make this guy like stand out more. He's like dead center. This flowing leaf is like dead center, and it's just not popping enough. So just gotta get it to pop better. I still gotta incorporate this color. I dropped the color. There we go. Warcraft 3, yeah. My friend tried to get that for me to play like a long time ago, and I just never stuck. I don't know. I love the RTSs like StarCraft 2, Age of Empires. I played the living crap out of those games. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Here, I'll show you a list of the games I've got lined up to try. So one of the games is going to be Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I have The Last Campfire that I've streamed once or twice. I'm thinking about streaming The Outer Worlds. That might be an exception because it's kind of gory, but I can kind of, it's like, it's humorous, it's really well done, and it's got a lot of good action. So I might do that one from time to time. But I have quite a bit of games on Steam. I post my artwork on Steam too. in those forums. I'll look up MapleStory. I've never heard of that. Now, I know the person who commissioned this artwork did tune in, so I'm really curious to see what they think of the direction. I'm sure they're going to love it, but... I mean, it's actually... This artwork's actually gone pretty smooth. I was expecting more bumps in the road. It's hard, because like when you're streaming online, it's like people are watching you do it, and it takes some getting used to, because it's like... Usually I'm just in my head and in my own little world, not worrying it, but now it's like, oh, well, people are actually watching, so it's like, it's got to be decent content kind of thing. Oh, I don't like how that looks. It looks so stiff. 5 more minutes. And I'm going to call it good. Like the plan too, Rhodes, is like, once I get time, I mean, like I said, I'm a pretty busy guy. But once I get down like editing, like I have a YouTube channel and I'm going to start editing my videos and posting them on YouTube. It's an animal, man. It's an animal. Oh yeah, so God of War is, oh, that game is so good. God of War 4 is, are you talking about God of War 4 or Ragnarok? Because Ragnarok is coming out. God of War 4 is already out, and that's incredible. I would stream that game. I would. It's just so, it's so intense. I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking baby steps, you know? Easy stuff first. Oh yeah, on PC, you're correct, yes. Because Sony's doing their whole Sony PC thing, which I'm so hyped about. It is? Oh, that's good to know. Because I don't really want to plug my PS5 like into my rig. I'd like it on my big TV and just leave it there. So it's like nice to know that like I'll eventually be able to just log into Sony PC and just play my games and stream them. That it's going to be great. Like Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. That's a fantastic game. You've never heard of that one? It's a Sony exclusive. It's fantastic. Because I like the adventure games like Uncharted. That's one of my favorite video game series. Last of Us is one of my favorite video game series. Too graphic for my channel, but it was still really good. Some of my favorite video game experiences on Last of Us. So good. Let's see here. Let's go up top here and get these looking a little. What in the world? Why is that being so from selection? It's full opacity. There we go. I don't know, I was just glitching out or something. Yeah, to your question about graphic design though earlier, I would love to do graphic design for a living. I just also don't want to do the boring crap. You know, like I'm an illustrator at heart, so it's like sitting there doing website toolbars and stuff just does not sound good. I haven't played the new one. I almost don't want to play it because I love the first one so much. I've heard mixed reviews about the second one and just the direction they took with it, so I was just kind of like, I just don't want it to taint. Like, I love the cliffhanger at the end of that game. Like, it just leaves it so open to your own interpretation. It's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I watched the Brad guy, or Rad Brad, if you ever heard him on YouTube. He does playthroughs. He's like one of the most popular streamed YouTubers for playthroughs. But I watched a couple hours at the beginning of him playing that. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm like, some games are just left alone. Like, it's just like movies. It's like, sometimes you don't need a Dumb and Dumber 2. You just don't. You Dumb and Dumber 1. That's it. Like, I stand by my pride in never watching Dumb and Dumber 2. Man, we really got pretty far in this guy. We just didn't do much with the owl, but that's okay. Here, we'll do this real quick. We'll get into this tree real quick before we quit. We'll do a quick time lapse showing the progress. We'll wrap it up. I will not be on stream this Friday. I have my dad in town visiting, and so I'm going to soak up all the time I can with him. So I won't be live tomorrow night unless my dad is super amped to want to see it. You can keep up to date on I will post an update on my social media feeds, Instagram and Facebook. I don't use Twitter. So yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna like this black being there. See, black suck. It looks okay, I guess. Black is just, sometimes it's no fun. You know? Sometimes it's no fun. And my wife has texted me. Is it time for my haircut? Is it time? If it'll load. Rhodes, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for popping by and sticking around. Aww. Oh well, I missed my haircut. She told me to be there by 10:40, and I didn't see that text pop up on my alerts, which is so unfortunate. Yeah, well, you know, it's the nice thing about having a wife that cuts hair. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that black on there. I mean, it could look cool, I guess. Maybe if I keep it light. I don't know, we'll see. You know? See, this branch comes, we're gonna come up like this. This will give you a better idea of direction. Okay, that's kind of where we're at. We're getting there. It's looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool. All right, let's do a time lapse. We'll call it good. I gotta call my wife and apologize for not showing up. I don't know how I missed that text. Sometimes I wonder about myself. Man, we got far. We got far. We'll continue this. I mean, I'll have more done by Thursday, but we'll most likely wrap it up next Thursday. That's what we'll end up doing. Luke 12:22. Consider the ravens. Even though we're doing an owl. It's turning out cool. Yeah, I like how the flowers are behind the banner. That feels nice. Bye, Rhodes. Peace. It's been real. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. People on Behance.com, thanks for checking us out. Graffiti Gospel. It's a new platform I'm using. I'm loving it. Make sure you like, follow, share the videos. It helps get it exposed to new people. Always appreciative. It helps support the channel. And this is Graffiti Gospel. This is Miles. I had a great time with you all. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys probably next Monday. Peace!